In the previous lesson, we had a look at the prototype panel inside Figma and also created a first prototype, which was a basic one. And in this lesson, we're gonna complete a prototype by connecting both the screens and also gonna see the difference between the drag trigger and on-click trigger. So let's get started. So for the first frame, which is 01 New Delhi, I have this image 1, and then I have this text which says chances of rain, and then I have this content, then I have this location, and we have this exit secondary button and a primary main CTA. Now let's have a look at the second frame, which is 02 Berlin, and we have this image 2 here, we have this hazy sunshine text here, we have this content. See, I have not renamed the group properly, so just let me rename it quickly. So we have content here, and we have this location here, same exit and main CTA, which is now New Delhi, India, because we need to switch to New Delhi. So yeah, let's start with prototyping. Before we dive into prototyping, let's ideate first. What is the trigger point and what is the behavior or response? So we can see here we have this main CTA here, which is saying Berlin, Germany, and I want to click on that and I want to land on the second frame. And as I land on the second frame, I can click on the main CTO from the second frame and I can go back to first frame. So what we are doing here, we are creating a connection between both the frames, and we can utilize both the CTAs, and we can use a trigger point as click, and we can go from one frame to another frame. So let's put that into action. So let me select the first frame and we're gonna go to the prototype panel. It's already selected here. Let's go to CTA, which is a main CTA, and as we saw in the previous lesson, we have this circular node here, and you can click on this plus icon and drag the connection towards the second frame and drop it. So our first interaction is completed. Now we need to fill in the details, which is we need to tell Figma, okay, what you gonna do now. So we're gonna say to Figma, okay, this is the first trigger point and let the trigger be on click, and I want to navigate to the second screen, which is 02 Berlin, and we want the animation to, suppose we want the animation to dissolve, so let's keep the animation to dissolve for now, and don't worry, we're gonna talk about each and every one of them in the next set of lessons. So let's keep it dissolve, and as we select dissolve, we get these two extra settings, one for duration and another one for ease. So let's see what are these. So these are easing curves. As we already saw in our previous lessons that always use easing, don't use linear, because easing looks like more natural and more smooth, and linear looks like something is breaking off. So let's use ease in and ease out here, and let's keep the duration to be like 400 milliseconds, and yeah, that's it. So this is the first interaction and it's completed, and let's close this interaction. Now let's go on to second frame and select the main CTA and drag the connection towards the frame 1. And this is the best part about Figma I like, where Figma automatically copies the same settings which you have given to the first interaction. So basically we can see here we have this on click trigger point. So now we are navigating from 02 Berlin to 01 New Delhi, which is the first frame. We have this same animation, dissolve, we have the same ease in and out, and we have the same duration. So basically Figma does it all for you. You don't need to enter the same details again and again. So our prototyping is done here for the click trigger. So let's preview that animation. Select the first frame of the animation of the prototype and click on the play button. And as usual, Figma takes some time to load. So we are here. And okay, before we directly click on the main CTA, because we know about it, suppose someone else is accessing this prototype and he or she doesn't know where to click, and they can click anywhere, and Figma will automatically show a blue hotspot over the area where the trigger point was set. So basically we selected the main CTA as a click trigger. So if we click outside, Figma automatically tells us, okay, this is where you should click to start the prototype. So yeah, let's click on the main CTA. So this was not an instant animation, and it was more of a fade in fade out kind of animation, very smooth. So now let's click on the New Delhi, and same goes here. So this is the basic prototype we created using click trigger. So let's go back to our second set of screens, and we can see here the same design with some changes, of course. we can see here we don't have the CTS, instead we have this small dots, and the dots are signifying that we can move towards right for the first frame, and on the second frame the dot is signifying that we can swipe towards left. So let's add that swiping effect, or we can call it drag effect, or like drag trigger. We're gonna select the entire frame here and add the connection to frame 2. Inside the interaction details, let's change the on click to on drag, and the navigate to is 0 to Berlin, which we can see from the arrow here, which is right. Inside the animation panel, we can see a big change here. We don't have instant and dissolve as we selected the on drag option. Now we are left with smart animate, move in and move out, push, slide in and slide out. We're gonna talk about the smart animate in our next set of lessons. For now, let's focus on the move in, move out, push, slide in and slide out. So let's see move in action. So basically move in is like the second frame is moving in on top of the first frame, and move out is the first frame is going out and the second frame was already there, as you can see from the animation. Push animation is basically the second frame is pushing the first frame and coming in place of that frame. And slide in, so in slide in basically second frame will come on top of the first frame and first frame will move out. And for slide out, the reverse, the first frame will move out and second frame will be behind the first frame. So yeah, select push here, change the direction from left side, from right side, from bottom, from top. Let's keep it from the right hand side because our second frame is on the right hand side. So let's select the right hand side and let's select ease in and out and 400 milliseconds, and let's now close this and add another interaction from 02 to 01. So we're gonna click on the plus circular node and add a connection towards frame 1, and it will take automatically the same properties, but now we are going from frame 2 to frame 1, so we're gonna switch the direction from left to right. So that's it, and let's preview the animation. Okay, before we preview the animation, we need to see one important thing. So in the first set of design, you can see a small play icon here, and we need to move this play icon to the second set of designs to tell Figma, okay, this is the first frame of animation, this is a starting point. So the small blue play icon indicates the starting position of the prototype. So we have added this blue play icon on the first frame of our second set for a drag animation, and let's preview the animation. So let's drag the frame 1 to frame 2 and you can see the animation is happening, and let's do the reverse, frame 2 to frame 1, but somehow the animation isn't happening. Something is wrong. Let's check what is wrong here. So for the second connection, we haven't changed the trigger point from on click to on drag. That's why when we were dragging, the animation wasn't happening. So now we have changed it to on drag, and let's close it and let's select the first frame, click on the preview icon or present button, and let's see if the animation is happening or not. The animation looks perfect. So as we told Figma, on animation, push the first screen out when the second screen comes and second screen out when the first screen comes. So now we can change that, and you can go here and select the first interaction, and instead of push, let's do it slide in. So from right to left and go for the second connection and do slide in and left to right. Yeah, let's play it again. Awesome. So this is how we create animation based on click trigger and drag trigger. So let's summarize what we have learned in this lesson. Have a wonderful day ahead and see you guys in the next video.